full of makeup.
Don't regret, just reverse. Number 7's new Future Renew with a world-first peptide technology no other skincare product has, even those that cost 10 times more. Reverse visible signs of skin damage in 4 weeks.
Goldfish. Can I get a handful?
Sure.
Happy?
Go for the handful.
I'm very lucky.
Tomorrow on ET, our new interview with Leonardo DiCaprio, fresh off his epic birthday bash. Plus,
I'm Scott Wolf.
And I'm Lacey Chabert. And we're spilling the ET.
It's a Party of 5 reunion!
Happening now.
Wandering officers. Those are law enforcement officers who are discharged for cause from one policing job only to get hired in another. The new law that state senators passed to make sure that their past follows them.
And I'll be outside live in Alamo Ranch, enjoying this beautiful weather and talking about the next cold front to affect us. I'll get into the details in just a bit. The News at 5 starts right now.
And we start with holding potentially bad cops accountable. It's at the heart of a new law in effect right now that overhauls how the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement tracks disciplinary issues of law officers who are discharged with cause. KSAT investigates Lee Waldman, explaining how it will hopefully cut down on cops with issues who hop from job to job to job and work toward restoring trust in law enforcement.
It's an all too familiar issue around our area. An officer leaving one department under less than favorable circumstances and quickly joining a new one. They're referred to as wandering officers.
We've got local agencies that have their own policies and then a really kind of bare bones regulatory structure at the state level.
It's a problem Luis Sobran with Texas 2036 has been working to track. So let's break it down. When an officer leaves their agency, the chief of that agency fills out what is called an F5. They select either honorable, general, or dishonorable discharge, and the officer has a chance to appeal if they get a less than honorable discharge. There is a review process, and then that officer can be hired by another agency.
You've got a general discharge, maybe it's a yellow light, a dishonorable discharge, it's a red light, to really do a thorough background check. Part of the problem is that that system wasn't working well for a lot of reasons.
A big reason: agencies weren't showing up to defend the discharge status. Sobran's data shows 59% of officers were able to upgrade their discharge status in 2021 by default. That's what happened in the case of former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo. When the district fired him in August 2022, he was generally discharged. Arredondo appealed, asking the judge for an honorable discharge, and won by default because Uvalde CISD missed its response deadline in February 2023. Now Arredondo's status has been changed for the final time after an additional hearing where Uvalde CISD insisted on the original discharge status of general.
The Sunset Commission, as recently as last year, to call our whole regulatory structure broken, ineffective, toothless in some respects.
It's part of the reason why lawmakers are working to change things moving forward with the passage of Senate Bill 1445.
Anytime an officer engages in misconduct, and it's a sustained case of misconduct that the agency finds, criminal or administrative misconduct,
the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement will hold that data and share it with agencies before they hire an officer. It'll make the background checks for officers stricter.
One of the things that Texans should have confidence in is that the men and women who are serving them aren't bringing baggage from a prior law enforcement agency, that we're not having wandering officers serving in our communities.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Lee Waldman.
Just a few moments ago, San Antonio police releasing body cam footage of officers shooting and killing an armed suspect. This happened back on October 17th. 2 officers trying to conduct a traffic stop. The driver and the passenger, though, got out of the car and started running. The officers managed to arrest the driver, but continued chasing the passenger through a neighborhood. That guy also had a gun on him, apparently. And when he tried to jump a fence, they yelled at him to stop. But police say that's when the suspect raised his gun at the officers, and they opened fire.
Hey, watch out! Watch out! Shots fired. Stop reaching for it! Stop reaching for it!
You notice the freeze frames. We decided at KSAT to freeze the video while the shots are being fired so as not to show the suspect being hit by bullets. Police also had blurred that video of the suspect when they released it to us today. 19-year-old Richard Rodriguez was the passenger that was shot and killed. Police say a second firearm was also found in the waistband at the scene. And tonight we also have the autopsy report for a man who was shot a dozen times by San Antonio police officers in a deadly foot chase that happened last year. The report obtained by KSAT Investigates revealing that Kevin Johnson was shot 12 times by police officers near the West Side Creek last March. 8 of those gunshots were to Johnson's back. Johnson was repeatedly shot after leading officers on that foot chase between Elmendorf Street and Hamilton Avenue. Body camera footage showing Johnson had a gun in his hand as he tried to cross the creek. Johnson was wanted on multiple felony warrants at the time of his death. The release of this report comes after a grand jury decided not to indict 3 SAPD officers in connection with Johnson's death. And an update on another earlier case with a new arrest. The woman that you see here on the right joins Eduardo Sanchez, who was arrested earlier this month for allegedly shooting a security guard at North Star Mall on Halloween. 24-year-old Angel Marie Ramirez now charged with aggravated robbery. San Antonio police say that Sanchez and Ramirez are 2 of 3 suspects involved in that shoplifting from Macy's that happened on Halloween of this year. A security guard ended up getting shot in the leg. Ramirez is facing 3 counts of aggravated robbery, among other charges, with a bond set at more than $413,000. A SWAT raid that still remains a mystery. Earlier today, we got a lot of reports of a heavy law enforcement presence at a house here on Bassey Road. We reached out to SAPD at around noontime trying to get some more information, but no one with SAPD has been able to confirm anything. So here's what we do know happened this morning at 6:30 at this house on East Bassey Road near I-10 West. Residents in the area woke up. They heard loud blasts coming from the home. 3 law enforcement groups were there, the FBI, SAPD, and ATF, along with homicide detectives. They made some arrests, but when we asked officers on scene about what had happened, they said they didn't know. A spokesperson from the FBI did confirm to us in a written statement that the FBI was there to, quote, conduct court-authorized law enforcement activities, unquote. The city's first gun buyback, taking aim at reducing the likelihood of gun violence. It's happening this Sunday at the Alamo Dome. Gun owners are able to turn in as many as 20 weapons in one swoop and even get a gift card for each one of those guns. It'll be a $50 to $300 worth of HEB gift cards for each gun. Garrett Berger with who's behind the buyback and how many guns it's hoped to remove from the streets.
Much as has happened in Houston 4 times so far, San Antonians will be able to drive to the Alamo Dome this Sunday with guns in their trunk and leave with gift cards in hand.
We're not going to say, what's your name? Where did you get the gun? Who are you?
Courage raised $175,000, most of it from his council discretionary funds for the buyback, or as he calls it, a voluntary weapons exchange. He's hoping to take in 500 to 600 guns, which will be destroyed.
You've been trying to make this happen for some time. How does it feel to see it actually come to fruition?
Well, I'm still anxious to make sure that it works out well. But I feel very satisfied with the partnership that we've had, the different stakeholders that have come on board, and the general support I'm getting from the community.
State Senator Roland Gutierrez, who was pushed for tighter gun regulations after the Uvalde massacre in his district, congratulated Courage at a media event today.
You have done something, and we all have to take a look at ourselves and take stock of where we are.
The Peace Initiative, a nonprofit serving families experiencing domestic violence, is also helping with the buyback. With many victims of abuse dying at the barrel of a gun, its executive director called helping with the event a no-brainer.
Anytime a weapon is put away, is put down, is turned into an art piece, it's not going to kill somebody. And that's what we're doing, saving lives.
The councilman says the buyback's not an effort to lower the crime rate, but he believes it reduces the likelihood of injury, death, or crime happening.
And the more we can reduce the likelihood of those things happening in our community, the safer we are.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Today is your day, Alamo Ranch. KSAT 12 kicking off its second episode of Know My Neighborhood, and it's taking us to the far west side. Steve and Myra and Adam are all live from Tripoli's, a local business in the neighborhood at Alamo Ranch, and they're getting us ready for a 6 o'clock takeover of the show. Guys, we're right at the start of traffic hour, and we know that that is one of the biggest complaints out there at Alamo Ranch. What's it like right now?
Yeah, you might notice on the Know My Neighborhood behind you where it says Alamo Ranch growing pains. We experienced that. We left plenty early though, but all I have to do is look out the window here at Tripoli's in the heart of Alamo Ranch to see the traffic is stacking up. Know My Neighborhood is very simple. It is grassroots journalism. It is uber local. We talk to neighbors, not elected officials or politicians. We talk to neighbors about what they think are the major issues in their neighborhood, the good, the bad, the frustrating.
And a lot of that has to do with those growing pains. And something that we have figured out in this Know My Neighborhood effort, it doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in, where you're watching this from, the issues they face here, the challenges, and the things to celebrate. There is so much of that that can be felt all across this city. Take a look at what's coming your way at 6.
The traffic, the congestion, overpopulation, that's pretty frustrating. It's growing faster than what the infrastructure can keep up with.
Let's widen the roads. Let's create a little bit less confusion.
Somebody is going to want to break into your car, they're going to break into it no matter what you do. They're actually a lot more common than they used to be.
An older community, a younger community, growing family.
You know, it's a nice place to raise a family. It's a nice place to retire.
In this edition of Know My Neighborhood, we're experiencing the growing pains of Alamo Ranch.
Tonight at 6.
Absolutely, and I get the attraction out here. I mean, it is a beautiful neighborhood, but maybe it's a little too popular. We'll talk about that coming up at 6.
Somebody who wasn't too worried about the traffic, Adam Caskey, he's out here. He left a little bit later than Steve and I, but he is outside Tripoli's right now. And Adam, what a beautiful day we have to feature this neighborhood.
It is, and it's one of those days that everybody who's dealing with the traffic here along Alamo Ranch Parkway, at least they can roll the windows down. And I will say, they've been very friendly. As they've stopped, they've rolled the windows down, we've said hi. They've even had some good tunes we've been able to dance to, so we're making the best of it when you get stuck in a little bit of traffic. But you can see it's moving along right now. Weather-wise, this is picture perfect. You can wear short sleeves, you can wear long sleeves, whatever you want. However, after sunset, it's going to cool quickly. We'll talk about the temperature trend for the rest of the night, how cool it'll be tomorrow morning, what you need to prepare for, and the next big system we're watching currently in the Pacific. It's going to bring us a cold front as well as impact your Thanksgiving weather. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, sunshine and windows down. Thanks, Caskey.
All right, let's go back to the studio now. Ursula, let you take the rest of the 5. We'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.
Good deal, guys. Now the countdown to that 6 o'clock takeover is on. Our KSAT crew is bringing you that live neighborhood newscast. It's from Alamo Ranch. Right now on KSAT.com, we have an entire web page dedicated to getting to know the area. Maybe you've considered moving there, or maybe you just want to learn more about it, or maybe you want us to visit your neighborhood next. Head to KSAT.com, check out the stories. We're talking about the history, what people love about it, what's driving their frustrations. It's tonight at 6, and you can watch the live show right here on KSAT.com as well. And speaking of traffic, let's take a look at 281 at Hilderbrand. This is actually looking pretty good, probably a little bit better than Alamo Ranch right now. It can be a trouble spot, but not today. There's an assumption that everyone has a good pair of shoes. It's simply not true. Believe it or not, they are a luxury for lots of families here. That's why our KSAT community is partnering up with Zapatos and SAPD to get shoes on little feet all over the city. We're going to tell you where you can donate yours after the break. So what's on your feet right now? It isn't just a necessity for some families, it is a luxury item. And that is the reality behind our KSAT community project, Share the Shoes. It's teaming up with Zapatos and SAPD. We're trying to get socks and shoes on kids in need. Now you can brighten up a child's day All you got to do is donate a new pair of shoes and socks. And with your help, we can make sure that all children have proper footwear and bring some smiles to their faces, too. Give the gift of shoes today. Donate at any of the participating SAPD substations.
This program is so important to me because it gives us an opportunity to give back to the community, providing something as simple as shoes. So we're looking for that community support to bring out the shoes, and that goes until about December the 12th. We're looking for shoe sizes from pre-K to seniors, 12th grade.
Okay, and this is important. The Spurs are getting involved in all of this. They're stepping up, helping out tomorrow. If you bring your shoes tomorrow, you're going to get a voucher for Spurs tickets. Tomorrow, November 16th only, bring your donation of a new pair of shoes to your nearest substation, and you will get a voucher to a Spurs game while supplies last. Obviously, there's only so many to give away, but let's get rid of all of them, all those vouchers. Go see a Spurs game for free, too. That's not a bad deal at all. Taking a look outside with live cam. You want to be outside right now, though. Look at that. It looks like a postcard out there. We're heading over to Adam Caskey, standing by in Alamo Ranch. Hey, Adam.
And it kind of feels like a postcard out here with this beautiful weather, clear sky, comfortable conditions, low humidity. That's part of the key. I mean, short sleeves or long sleeves are good all day long. Now, as the sun gets lower, temperature's going to fall off very efficiently. Let's take a look at the current temps out there right now. In the 70s, from 70 degrees in Fredericksburg to 76 officially in San Antonio. Pleasanton at 76 degrees, Kerrville about 73. It's nice, but take a look at our forecast for this evening and notice the sharp temperature drop. We'll take it full so you can't miss it. The sharp temperature drop, we're gonna drop about 15 degrees just over the next 3 hours. So plan for that if you are venturing out. We'll be down into the 50s before you know it later on this evening, and tomorrow morning, we start the day right at 50 degrees yet again, just like today, and we'll make it up to 77 for the high. Pretty much a carbon copy. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's a dog nearby greeting us because it's a pickup time at the doggy daycare place. So there have been some cute pups coming and going. One of them just wants to say hi and be on KSAT. Anyway, let's talk about our temperature trend. We'll be highs in the 70s the rest of this week into the weekend, and hey, then a cold front comes. Tuesday, our temperature drops, and we're talking a high of 60 degrees. So let's talk about our pattern. We've got that system over Florida causing rain, parts of the Gulf Coast up into Florida and Georgia, and then another system moving into the West Coast. So we're between two systems. The one in the West Coast, that's the one we're watching. It's swirling over the Pacific, throwing moisture onshore into California in particular. That broad, big upper level swirl, that upper level low, that's going to move eastward, and as our upper level wind pattern shows, move into the lower 48 here and drive into the central part of the U.S. And what that's going to do is going to help push that Monday cold front through. So Tuesday we cool off, and behind it, we've got that northerly flow aloft, setting the stage for cooler temperatures as we get into the Thanksgiving holiday. As for rainfall, I wish I had better news for you. Unfortunately, we've dropped the rain chances a bit, down to 10%. I was tempted to go 0% Monday, but not yet. A little too soon for that. We're at 10%, but it just gives you an idea of our mindset and how we're trending downward with our rain chances for that. So it's Sunday, Monday, both days, a 10% chance. And notice with that Monday cold front, I really want to point out it is going to be windy outside. If you have any of the inflatables in the yard left over from Halloween or in preparation for Thanksgiving, you'll want to have them deflated on Monday and Tuesday. We're talking north wind gusts around 40 miles per hour. Notice that morning temperature as we get into next week, Wednesday morning, right down near 40. So really feeling the chill then. Thanksgiving Day, here's a little sneak peek. Really hasn't changed from what we had yesterday. It's staying on track so far. 42 in the morning on Thanksgiving, 65 in the afternoon. We're not foreseeing really any travel troubles around Texas on Wednesday or even day of Thanksgiving or even the day after on Friday. Friday will be a little bit warmer, back up to 72 degrees. The sun's going down. We'll have another update live from Alamo Ranch. We'll be inside Tripoli's. We have all the great stories that we'll be sharing with you about Alamo Ranch, of what's going on, and especially the growing pains. But growing pains, the traffic has really died down out here on Alamo Ranch Parkway. Maybe this is just the sweet time. Back to you.
They all ran home so they can watch the show at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what happened. When Pop's not happy, you know some things went wrong on the court.
Absolutely. Now, I don't remember the last time Pop said a lot of words, not suitable for work and not suitable for air, and that's exactly what he did last night after their ugly loss to the OKC Thunder. And in some better news, Harlan, the volleyball team, they are heading to state coming up.
That inconsistency is bothersome and disappointing, but it's got to be figured out. And part of that is being physical and competing your off for 48, and we're not doing that consistently.
Yeah, Pop is not happy with his team in big board sports. So the Spurs got rocked last night at OKC, losing 123-87 to become the second team in NBA history with 3 30-plus point losses in their first 11 games, joining the 1990-91 Denver Nuggets. San Antonio led by 4 a couple of times in the first quarter, but OKC took the momentum late in the second, and they never looked back, leading by as many as 40 points.
I realize it's a young team, but there has to be two things have to happen. At one point, you have to get tired of getting kicked. And secondly, you have to understand that it's a 48-minute game. We played 22 good minutes in the first half. The last 2 minutes of the first half, we turned it over 3 times and executed nothing.
And because of all that, the Spurs held practice this morning just hours after the game last night. So San Antonio will next host Sacramento Friday night at 6:30. The Harlan Hawks volleyball team was having a good time this morning, and why not? They're practicing to play in the UIL State Volleyball Tournament, advancing to state for the first time in the program's 6-year history. They beat Dripping Springs in the Class 6A regional final to punch their ticket. The team is pumped up, and they love all the support they are getting.
I think it means a lot. We've been having a lot more people show up to our games. You know, walking through the hallways, you have teachers saying congratulations. They're excited for us.
I feel like we run off of that. Like walking in the halls, to going to the send-offs, to the crowd is just amazing. Like the energy they bring, it feeds us to do better.
You know, it's super cool. I love the support. I love the acknowledgement. Like I feel like Bella said, we run off that. We run off that energy that we get from our supporters.
And will play Katy Cinco Ranch in the Class 6A state semis Friday night at 7 at the Curtis Coble Center in Garland. And Davenport also advanced to the volleyball state tournament. For that story, head on over to the sports page at KSAT.com. The Wolves will face Salina in the 4A state semis tomorrow at 5 p.m. We will be right back after the break.